Welcome to Railway Empire 2 Scenarios Playthrough. Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to part 4 of our first look at Scenario 1, the Indianapolis Race. We are in the middle of getting our clothing done down in Atlanta. We're all set, we've got it maximized, we've got the clothing industry as leveled up as it'll go to a level 2. If we can't move it to a level 3 until Atlanta hits 40, we'll be done before that. 40,000 I mean. We've got our population connected. We got our express line here. We're working on our 12 different goods. And so let's just check where we are. So over here in New York, we're growing very nicely. We've got an immigration office and 98.9% fulfillment of demand. And we've got one thing I need to fix right here. Yeah, right here. There's a problem right here. I'd set this up, this milk line, as a run full with a single track. But when we just changed our tune and decided to go with the steel approach, right, we're going to run coal and iron ore to New York. So the iron ore from here, coal, we're running it through the station. If we keep it at that single one, if it so happened that this train was sitting there waiting on a full load, when our coal and iron get down here, they're just going to stall out. So that we do not want. We want them running as quickly as possible to get in there to New York. So we'll watch New York and make sure that we're ready as soon as possible to put in a steel mill in New York. So that's a key thing to get that task checked off. Okay, and that little change we made right there will keep us. It might not have mattered, but there's a good chance if this is going to be a run full, it could be sitting there even with 7 and stacking us up and keeping us from getting done. So we don't want that. We also see right here there's a bonus we can get. We might as well grab it while we're over here, while we're thinking about it. It wouldn't hurt anyway to make sure that we have a steady supply of grain going into that beer in Albany, because that's the beer provider for for New York. So we don't want that to run out. It wouldn't. It would be highly unlikely that it would, but we're just going to eliminate that possibility. And let's see, do we have repairs here? We do not. We're going to add repairs to Albany, and we will do a line from here to here running full of grain, and won't even need to be double tracked. Very short line, one train. It's warning us about the single track, but that's okay. We're good with that. So it can run as soon as it unloads something over here in Albany, then we'll get a nice bonus for that. Okay, so that's that. Then the other thing I wanted to comment on, I meant to do this last episode and forgot it. When we set up the separate passenger and freight lines over here for our main three-city cluster, it isn't quite perfect, and it doesn't need to be, but we have, for example, the wood actually comes down and hooks onto this right here. So I want to set up the wood so that it can run off of the freight. You know, it can move over to the freight line. So we're just going to set up a little switch like this that goes across. I don't know if I built that or not. There. So now you can come down and go over here, and we'll have to explicitly tell it to do that, because otherwise it's going to want to run the other way. So it would be anybody who's going up here to get the wood. This one, you see, can the milk is good because it's always going to go into this one right here, and want to go back on that. The grain should have been grain / veggies. Made the mistake. It's just grain running in here. Will always go to the right one. The corn, yes, the corn will tend to want to go here because that's the inside line, right? And the sugar, same thing. That's the inside track, so it'll want to run on that track. So it's really the ones that are using the wood are the ones we need to fix. So let's just look at that and see what lines we got going. We've got our three our 3 raw lines, the ones to Chicago, Indy, and Louisville. Now Chicago, Chicago just goes in like this, and there's no reason to try to quote fix that because it's just going to join here and then go on in, right? So it's cool. That's Chicago. And then the Indy one, we would need to adjust it. Because see how it wants to come back on this line? Now it's run down here, it's fine. So we're going to tell it, anytime you're coming, it comes out of Indianapolis, it looks like it wants to keep going over here. So let's go, let's put a waypoint over here and put that when you come out of Indianapolis going where up towards Stark Station, we want you to go over there. And when you're coming out of Stark Station, we want you to end up over here on that waypoint. And see what that did? That caused it to take this little set of signals here to go on over to the other side. So I think that just about does it. Let's see, is there any time that it's not running that way? No, it's looking good now, so that's fine. So that works. Now let's go to the Louisville one. It should have the same problem. And sure enough, it does. So we can go down here and just, well, let me see here. Yeah, we can just go down here and make the same correction. When you're leaving Louisville and going to Stark out of there, see, it never wants to go over there. So we want you to go over here when you're leaving Louisville heading for Stark Station. So that would be there. And then when you're leaving Stark Station, we want you to hit this side, which would be that one. There we go. Now it's always running where we want it to, and now we've gotten those freight lines off of the passenger lines. They're crossing them, but they don't stay on them very long. And then the other one would be that city-to-city line that we had. Say Chicago, here, this goods line right here. Let's just double check it. Yeah, see, it's got the same issues. So when you come out of Chicago, we want you to hit that, right? And when you come out of Indianapolis heading for Chicago, we want you to hit that. Indianapolis heading to Chicago. There we go. And that puts it, okay, now it's running exactly where we want it all the way around, if you will. All right. Now the other thing we could do is add milk. I don't think while we're here, I mean, we've got it paused, we might as well do this. Our Chicago Raw, I don't think it's got milk, does it? Oh, it does. Okay. What about the Indianapolis Raw? It may not. Indy Raw, edit the line. It does not. So if we add this and this to the bottom of the line, it's still running completely on the correct track, so that's cool. And I'm pretty sure we did add it for Louisville because that's the one we were focusing on, but I really don't remember at this point, so we'll just double check it and make sure. Is it doing milk? It is. It's got milk on its line, and everything looks like it's behaving beautifully, so we're good on that one. All right, enough of that. So we got that cleaned up. Oh, and one other thing, though. We're only running 2 trains on this line, and these are bigger cities now. We're almost to 60,000 in Chicago. So let's look at our Chicago to Indy line. It's making us 123,000. Oh, no, I'll take that back. We must have done this I guess we did this last episode. I really can't remember. When I have a break between them, I just don't remember what's going on. So now we have 4 on here. Okay, good deal. All right. All right, so that's beautiful. This looks crowded right here. Is there a problem here? Just too many people taking drinks or just happen to be crowded. Doesn't look bad. All right. So where are we? We are at 12 and 9. And we got to watch New York for 40. We've got these set up to grow. We've got this one set up. We could grow Knoxville, Nashville, Memphis. They're all set to grow. Why not? So let's just say, okay, let's say we're going to take wood out of up here. It's nice and close. And we can just run it. Run it right out of the run it right through the Knoxville station is what I'm trying to say. All right, and then it's going to always be going that way, okay? And then we can take corn from up here and sugar from up here and grain from right there. Now, if we're going to do the corn, we would want to be able to go... Let's look at our terrain. Let's go off like this. And get a max line like that. And like so. That's corn. And sugar, if we're going to come out of here, we're going to want to be able to loop in and come right back down. So let's go like this. Let's go over here like this. And like that. Okay. So let's see, lumber, corn, sugar, and then the grain, if we're going to go to Memphis, it's going to need to be able to go the other way. So we'll go like that. And then the other thing would be, the only other thing I see is when these two are coming to Memphis, they don't need to go through Nashville. They can go take a shortcut, kind of, well, maybe like off here. They can just do a quick little bypass. Like that. Beautiful. So now we can set up lines. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Freight line, 62 days is good. And then for Nashville, we could start at a different place. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 44 days is even better. And then for Memphis, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 67 days. Okay. Now, why is 67 days okay? Some of you are going, that's not even 1 a week. Well, the cities do not need, they only need like 0.4 a week of each item. So if you could do 112, you'd probably be all right. Now, it's a little slow getting them started growing like this. You want to think about running some special trains to get it going faster. I think we did that last episode, didn't we, down here in Atlanta? Yes, we did. to get it going. But generally speaking, if you just use the one train, one city, if you can keep it like, I don't know, 60, 70 or below at the start, and then you want to think about adding trains, as the cities grow. So when they get up to, they're taking like a full one, you might add a train if you're over 56. And yes, there will be some delays and stuff like that. The 56s, or that whatever that route turned out to be, like this one here, it says it's 67. It'd probably be longer than that if we get some delays and waiting for maintenance or whatever. But still, it seems to work beautifully. And I think what we'll do is let's put repairs on at least a couple of these places so that these guys can get repaired. Maybe the corn and we've already got it there. Oh, that's for the other side. Now let's throw one out here on the wood as well. Actually, it would not hurt at all to have one on all these. That would help our 3-city cluster up to the north as well. All right, so let's just let this thing run. And I'll be back when something happens, like the 40,000. I'll probably be watching this to see that we hit 40. And I'll come back for that, and we'll see what happens when that occurs. All right, we're about to hit 40,000. We're at 39.9. There it is. So I'm going to pause it. We're going to immediately put a steel industry in New York. And what we should see is that this train right here should immediately start loading. There he goes. He's loading iron ore. He should be loading coal. He is. And now those two should start moving and heading toward New York City. And we've hit 40, which also means that this guy right here, the veggies are coming. So we've got iron ore, veggies, and coal all headed to New York. And we should be probably at 9 right now. Yeah, we got 9 with 3 more coming. So as soon as that last train, probably the coal train, hits New York, we will have that task done. And that'll clear out those optionals. We will have them both finished. And we're up to 16 on the clothing. Yeah, let's just keep this running. And I'll be back when one of those two hits, whichever one comes first. Okay, here comes our coal into New York City. So that should finish off, I believe that'll end the New York City task once it gets in there.
Really?
There we go.
This
Good
city
deal.
has absolutely nothing to do with our bet. Are you taunting me?
Okay, so we've got the optional task done. We're at 19 out of 20 on the clothing. So we can just go over here and watch. And that just finished right after that. Okay.
You're almost at the finish line and are ahead of your competitor.
All right, we got a new task. Transport 750 passengers from Jacksonville to Atlanta. Hint, the more inhabitants the two cities have, the more travelers there are who want to travel between them. Their number is also increased if they can use the cities as transfer stations on their way to other destinations. All right, so let's think about that. Bigger cities, more traffic, makes sense. And if we can use a transfer. So what that's going to say is our goal, remember, is to go from Jacksonville to Atlanta. Well, to get more people to leave Jacksonville, we can give them more destinations than just Atlanta. So what we can do is look at this. Now, once we get it connected, right now it's nothing, right? But you can see 7 people want to go to Augusta. That may or may not work. We don't know. 7 to Atlanta. 7 to Montgomery. Knoxville. I'm just naming the ones that we would have a possibility of touching. We can't do Durham or Charlotte or Charleston. That's all over in Madam Ward's territory. But we can do, well, Tallahassee doesn't matter. They won't go through Atlanta to get to Tallahassee. It's east, not, Atlanta's kind of north of us. But we could use Montgomery. We can Atlanta, obviously. Augusta, possibly, although it's kind of doubtful. Montgomery, definitely. Knoxville, yes. Nashville, yes. Jackson, yes. Memphis, yes. And Indianapolis. So what we want to do first, just state the real obvious. We want a train station in Jacksonville, right? Duh. And we want that station.
Random expansion.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. I lied. We do not want a station in Jacksonville. First, we want a station. Well, let me think about this. What do you got here? You got nothing. We got all that track there. We really don't need another station, do we? Not really. Let's just repairs. Let's set up repairs here and a dispatch hall. Okay? And then let's go down here to Jacksonville. And we can go build a line that goes straight into here. That looks beautiful. Double track that. Give it, what do you call it? Now let's set it up so that it could go into any of these. No, we'll just keep it on these two. We'll go 2's plenty for this. No, I just want a max of 2. I just want to get these last 2 out here and put switch on it. I don't remember if I did a switch down here or not. I did. Okay. Give it signals and some supplies. We got repairs and a what do you call it? Sorry, brain cramp. Dispatch hall. A dispatch hall on this station so it'll move quickly. And I think down here we'll do a dispatch hall as well. We just want it to move quickly, and we can throw in a restaurant or something. Kind of doesn't matter. Okay. And I think we'll do a line that runs here to here. And I tell you, nah. We're going to do an express line. We'll give it all the toys. And we're going to tell it to prioritize mail. So if you're in doubt, grab more mail. But otherwise, just grab what you can and go. And we'll put we'll see how long that takes. We'll go with the American. Okay, 12.6. It started to say 4. That was a guess. And yeah, we would want every 4 days. 4 would do that. So if we put 4 trains on that, we can go. Now, I'm tempted to put a second line on there because of the way they deploy. But I think we'd be just as well off to let them spread a little bit. All right, so we got that going. We're starting to haul passengers. Now, we want to look at this. Now, we know that we can get to Atlanta, right? So let's go down this list and pick up all the places we can. Augusta. We can try Augusta. Again, I don't know if this one's going to work because that is shorter than that. So it probably won't work, but we'll just run a line between Atlanta and Augusta. An express line. It just needs one train so that it's active. We'll run this for a second and then we'll come back here and look. Okay, Augusta didn't appear to work. What's the next one we could do? Montgomery. All right, let's run a line between here And Montgomery. Where's Montgomery? Oh, right here. Montgomery. Express. Okay. Now let's take a look at it and see what it does for us there. There we go. Now we've just doubled the number of people who want to go to Atlanta by adding that way of going via Montgomery, right? So Charlotte, Wilmington, Knoxville. Knoxville. We could do Knoxville. We could let's do it. Let's start it up at the other end. We're getting crowded down here. Knoxville to Atlanta. Express. Nashville to turn around. We need to improve this line. We need to give it this right here. There. Now that fixes that line. So that's Knoxville. Let's see if it'll go. Let's see if we've just effectively tripled our traffic. Yes, we have. Now we got 3 cities they'll go to. Durham, Big Lick, Nashville. Nashville's another one. We'll run a line from Nashville to Atlanta. In fact, we could even take the load off of this one. We can run them over here to this one right here. Express. Okay, that's Nashville. That should improve us. Nashville. Where's Nashville? Yeah, there we go. There's another one. We got Memphis, Jackson. Let's do Jackson. Let's run a line from Jackson, Mississippi to Atlanta, Georgia. Express. Okay. There, that got Jackson, Norfolk, Charlottesville, Memphis, Louisville. All right. We'll run a train down from Louisville to Atlanta. Confirm. Okay. That got us Louisville. Parkersburg, Washington, Indianapolis. We already got those. So now instead of it just going to Atlanta, it's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities. So instead of 7 passengers a week going to Atlanta, we've got 56 passengers a week going to various towns through Atlanta. Then the other thing we know we can do is grow Jacksonville, right? Well, they have beer. We've got meat in Pensacola. So we could hook Pensacola into Jacksonville. And why don't we leave this station just as it is, right? Let's just leave this station alone. Let's put another station on here. If we can. Why can't we? Oh, I built Pensacola first. Do that every time, don't I? All right, let's go back. Let's put the station here in Jacksonville first. And that can be our freight station. And then we'll put a station in Pensacola. And we'll run it to, make everybody dizzy. Find the max. Go just outside of all that stuff. Can we get any money? Yes, we can get more money. Good. We'll build that. We'll double track it. Put in switches. And we'll put maintenance here, and we're all for speed now in a dispatch hall. Okay. And then we'll go out here and do Pensacola to Jacksonville. Oh, I wonder if anybody in Pensacola... We'll run an automatic line, and that way we show the ability to get passengers as well, right? So we'll run this PRR D12, and then we can look at Pensacola and see if anybody wants to go to Atlanta. I'm sure they do, but they're not going to go via Jacksonville because that's making it a longer trip, right? That ain't going to work. Okay, so we've got meat coming over, we've got beer, and we need cloth. And our cloth is actually, there's cloth here in Jackson. Do they have any to export? They do. Okay, good. So let's go. Let's build a line from Jackson. We can actually run it through Pensacola. I think that was the... Well, let's do this side. Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, get rid of unnecessary tunnels and bridges, and we've got our speed. Now, son of a gun. Did I really do that backwards too? Good grief. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, still looks good. Come here. Up we go and down we go to here. Okay, let's get a line from Jackson to here. And I'm going to make this one a freight line. And I want it to go here, then to here, then to here. Yeah, that'll work. And go. We should see it. It should load up with as soon as it can get out of here. It should load up with cloth for Jacksonville. Good, 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 good. All right, now we can get some raw products going in here. Have we started delivering anything yet? Not yet. Nothing's made it up there yet. Let's just see if we is anything running. Do we have any trains? I totally, because of go on pause, I totally lose track of time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There's 120 passengers heading up to Atlanta. All right, let's try to grow Jacksonville. That can only help us. I think we're in great shape, but it can only help us to grow Jacksonville. So we'll go here. This is a bad place to come in, looks like. Keep up some decent speed. And here to here, you can run full. Freight. Go. And then we'll get some sugar down here. And we can run it in on this side. Like that. Okay, and that's just telling us that we are missing a switch on that down there. And did we, yeah, we set our signals. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. All we need is corn. And we've got the meat and the cloth. Let's get corn. Run full to here. A freight line with that guy. Okay. And then what did we do here? I think we did, yeah, perfect. All right. We should be done. I mean, we've got we've got Jacksonville set to grow. It'll start growing as soon as some of this stuff gets in here. We've already got all the transfers we can get through Atlanta. We're growing Atlanta. There really isn't anything else for us to do, so let's just see if we got any hits. So far we got nothing, but our first train is coming up right now, which should be like 120 people. And we should have another one pulling out down here. And it's only 40 people, but that's to be expected. We're not going to get the same hits every time. Well, we have 200. Did I miss some? I must have missed a trade somehow. Oh, and we can get cheaper track construction. Not that it matters. I think we're about done building track. All right, I'll be back when we get close to the end because I can't think of anything else to do. Grow Jacksonville, set up all those lines so that we can do transfers to as many cities as possible, and beyond that, we're kind of done. So I'll see you in a bit.
Another breakdown? Not everyone can keep things under control like I do.
Okay, we're at 671 right now, and it's August. And I did make a change, and I goofed. I expanded 2 lines here so that the Jacksonville trains would have 4 tracks they could get to, and then these tracks here have 4 that they can get to. So these 2 over here are always free for Jacksonville. And that worked out nicely, except I'd mistimed it. I did it just as a train was here about to come in, and it reset on me. So we probably lost one good train with a lot of stuff in it. So it's going to cost us a little bit. We're going to come out a little bit slower than we should have. Goof on my part, but I do like the setup with these 2 kind of dedicated platforms for Atlanta, plus 2 more they can use. And then all these guys have 4 they can use. These 2 in the middle are shared. And this little line here only uses the 2. So that it all works pretty nicely. Where are we? 7:16. So we're getting close. Here comes another batch in. Oh, that's it. We finished.
You reached the goal first and won the bet.
So, you won. I worked hard, but I have to admit, you were better. As agreed, I'm transferring all the shares of my company to you.
You even completed the special tasks. Very remarkable. Just like the sum that is being transferred to you as we speak.
Are you telling me you've been doing a few extra laps on the side? I got the message. You don't have to rub it in. Are you actually serious?
All right, let's see how we did. All right, we did 723, 366, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a good score. It's a good score. We finished at 1.7 years. We're just under 40 million company value. We finished all the tasks. You can see we got all the 300,000 for the completed tasks. Only 256 on the time bonus. So we left some time out there on the table. It definitely cost us a little bit. I don't know how much it would have been. Could have been a little higher if I hadn't made that mess up with the extra track, or if I'd just been smart enough to think of that before I started running the trains. But where does that put us? That puts us at 32nd, 723, 366. There was Matt and Gardit and Roman and Melon Popper and Geezer and Profi have all done nice jobs here. So well done, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's all gentlemen actually, but ladies and gentlemen, well done. And yeah, that was fun. It's a good scenario. There were things I liked, things I didn't like. What did I like? I love the one train. One city, one train. No, I guess it'd be one train, one city. I like that. I like that a lot. It's so simple. It's so easy to set up. Another way to do it would be one material. One material, one cluster. So you could say, I'm going to have corn going to Louisville, then corn going to here, and corn going to there. You could even set it up, load up with corn and drop them. We could do manuals. I mean, we may look at that. I may get real fancy and start doing manual loads and dropping off and all that stuff. I mean, we could get real fancy with it if we want to. But as a simple one, it's just easy to understand. Just go, okay, I want to do Louisville, corn to Louisville, sugar to Louisville, grain to Louisville, wood to Louisville. I'm done. And you can see, look at this, we're getting double growth in Tennessee. We just kind of recently set that loop up for them, and it's working beautifully. We're getting double growth in Atlanta and Montgomery, and single in Augusta, so that's working. Double in Jackson. We're getting double in Jacksonville. Now, Jacksonville, we ran a different model. We just ran straight in. Right, we just did your basic run fulls from these places. But the Jacksonville's nice because everything's nice and short. I mean, one train could have easily done Jacksonville, but I wanted to get them started faster. That's the downside of that one train, one city is that one train, one city is that it's a little slow to get your very first start because it has to make a big loop to all the different stuff. But anyway, that worked great. I love the switch to steel here. I think that was a good move. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you thought we could have done a little bit better. And keep the comments coming. And also, if you would please, if you have any ideas for fundamentals videos, I really do need to get some more of those out. So let me know. And I did also want to say, you notice we used a very different model here than we did on the last mission, and I'll probably use a different model on every time I play because every scenario is different. They kind of ask of you different things, and you have to tackle the problem a different way. That's one of the real beauties of the game. So I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed playing it, and we'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for more Railway Empire 2 videos. Thank you.